Okay, Phil, we gotta turn the music down because YouTube don't let us play music no more.
Okay, I'm recording right now. Y'all ready? Three, two, one. Welcome to the Parker Daniels Show, where the motto is and always will be, we make changes, no excuses. I'm very excited about this show today because we have blind cook-off. Now, hold on. Turn it down.
I am trying to get to it.
Okay. Three, two, one. Welcome to the Parker Daniels Show. My name is Anthony Parker, where the motto is where 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Parker Daniels Show, where the motto is we make changes, no excuses. I have a very, very exciting show today, blind cook-off. That's something I've been talking about this whole week, and I want you all to join me today. I have two special guests, one from Blowing Spoke Entertainment, my girl Rafika, and Ezekiel Johnson. Y'all need to check out his his YouTube page. He does a lot of cooking as well. These individuals are visually impaired. One is totally blind, Ezekiel, and Rafika, she has a little vision, but that's not what we're here to talk about. We're going to talk about what they're going to do. They have some dishes that they're going to prepare for us, and I wish that I could taste them because I already know what it is. I like to eat them, and so does my guests as well. But I like you all to join us in welcoming two individuals who are going to do some things for us. They're going to cook and explain to us what they're cooking, how they got started, and whatnot. And we're going to see who is the best. And they're going to email me the food, so and I'll be able to taste it then. So without further ado, before I forget, subscribe to this show. Please share, like, follow. Share is very important because it's going to help this channel. And these individuals have been on the show before. So without further ado, I want to bring ladies first. I want to bring from Blowing Spoke Entertainment, Rafika, and explain to the audience what you're going to be doing, how you're going to do it, and what's going to be happening. Go.
Okay, my name is Rafika from Blowing Spoke Entertainment, and thank you, Anthony, for having me on your show. Today, I'm going to do two things, okay? I chose what I'm making today because I worked 6 days straight. I really wanted to do this evening, so I chose something that's not going to take a whole lot of work, and it's going to taste really, really great. So I'm going to be making shrimp po' boys 2 ways, okay? I'm going to be frying a classic po' boy, but not so classic because the greens I'm using today are arugula, okay? And I'm going to be making a seared shrimp po' boy with arugula, tomatoes, and avocados.
Okay.
And that's what I'm going to be doing. So
that sounds good, huh?
I can't wait to show y'all how it's going to turn out.
Okay.
And I'm going to be honest, with one of these dishes I thought about today, it'll be my first time making it. So we shall see what's up. All right.
Zeke? All right. What are you going to be doing, Zeke?
All right. What's up, good folks? This is Ezekiel from Cook at My Home, and that's all I do. So today I'm going to do. I'm from Louisiana, so gotta put some Cajun stuff on this. So today I decided that I'm going to do and show y'all my version of shrimp and corn bisque, and it's going to be awesome. And it requires a lot of ingredients and a little work. So my dish might take a little longer with a few more steps, but the end results, you're going to want to make it at your own house when I finish.
And that's what I'm talking about. And I want to thank the cameraman for actually filming today. So I'm excited about it. A little rivalry here. Who do y'all think is going to win? I mean, Rafika, how long you been cooking?
I've been cooking since I took a bunch of frozen meat out my dad's freezer when I was about 11 years old to try to make a pot of red beef.
Okay, and Zeke, how long have you been cooking?
I've been cooking probably since I was 8, where they trusted me on the gas stove to fry my own eggs, because I used to love egg sandwiches.
Egg sandwiches. We got something in common now. I love egg sandwiches. I eat
we all grew up on egg sandwiches, definitely. Okay, so y'all, let me see. We'll pick a number, okay? You know what, Zeke, you probably don't mind. Let's let the ladies go first.
Yeah, of course, ladies
well,
first.
I'm actually gonna decline to start first because Ezekiel's dish is going to take a lot of steps and more time, and I think he needs to get started because we're interested in seeing what it's about.
Well, thank you, co-host. So let's make it happen. Okay, Zeke, talk your way through it, and let's get it started and make it happen.
All right, y'all ready? All right, majority of my vegetables are already prepared. So I'm going to show you guys, by us being blind, we can also cut up our own bell pepper and onions. So majority of my things is already cut up. The only thing I didn't cut up for you guys is the white onion and the green bell pepper. I have the red, the orange, and the yellow bell pepper already cut up by the pot. But I'm going to show you guys, I've cut up the green onion already. And this is a whole white, yellow onion. And this is how I cut my onion as a blind person. I actually cut it this way. So I cut it in fours. It's easy to be the hound this way. I cut them in fours. And y'all, I have never cut myself, so I'm good. So I cut it in fours like that. I get my bowl like this. And then I cut it in, I mince it. So this is 1/4 of the onion right here. Cut up. Y'all see I'm pretty fast in it. This is the second part.
Okay, and while you're doing that, people probably going to want to know, as a blind person, while you know how onions, when you cut up onions, they make you kind of teary-eyed. Does that have the same effect to you as well?
It still works, but majority of the time, I'm in the kitchen sometimes cooking with my shades on, like I do right now. So I know that when I cook with my shades on, the onions don't burn my eyes. So when I'm cooking dishes without an onion, because I have my shades off. When I'm cooking dishes with onions, I have my shades on.
Okay. And I know it affects you too, huh, Renee? Whenever you cook it, because you can see a little bit.
Yeah, the onions, I can honestly say I haven't had onions to burn my eyes too much. I don't really know what I'm doing to not let that happen. But, you know, every now and then I've had a situation like that. And when onions do burn your eyes, they really do burn.
Okay.
It hurts.
All right.
I know one of the things they say you're supposed to take the onion and run it on the cold water, and it doesn't. I tried it, but it's still. I think that might be it.
Well, that's it. That's kind of cool. But well, you know what? I keep my onions in the fridge. Maybe that's why they don't burn my eyes.
Oh.
I like that. Techniques that you can use. So y'all hear that? That's 2 techniques that you can use coming from 2 established cooks. Go ahead, Zeke.
Yeah. So I got my onion cut up and everything. And now I'm going to show them, because I just need 3/4 of this onion, but I can save that piece of something else. Now I'm going to show them how we cut our bell peppers. So pretty much, I'm going to put the bell peppers the same thing on. So bell peppers, you take this side right here, you cut you a piece like that. And yeah, I'm just an expert in the knife. I don't cut nobody, but I just know how to. So after I cut this side of the bell pepper, I take it and I cut it in slices. Same way you would slice anything else. So I cut little slices. So after I cut these little slices, I'm able to dice it into the perfect little squares. I don't like big vegetables. I like bite size. So see, I didn't cut it out like that. Now I'm gonna cut my bell pepper up. And this is
Okay.
it.
And while he's doing that, Renee, when you cook, do you cook with a lot of vegetables, or it depends on what you're cooking?
It depends on what I'm cooking. And I usually use the Holy Trinity, like he mentioned before when we was talking, the bell pepper, the onion, the celery. Yes, I use it quite often. Now, what would really be useful, you know, if you are not comfortable using a knife, you can get you a food chopper and you can put your vegetables in there. But when you're using a food chopper, you know, you still have to kind of, maybe you can pick out some smaller vegetables at the store, like a smaller onion, because it'll be okay to kind of cut it in half before you put it in the food chopper, and you can put that up in your freezer and save it and use it when ready.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Y'all take heed to this now. I'm telling y'all, blind people cooking.
The food choppers are very good. I have one on the counter, but I'm so old school, I rarely use it.
Okay. My mom used to use it. Okay, so what's the next step, Zeke?
All right, I got these bell peppers and onions. I have my cast iron 8-quart pot. I have a half a stick of butter in, and I'm gonna go over there to the stove, and I'm about to saute down these vegetables.
Okay. Now, while he's sauteing that, Renee, why don't you just get us a little started in terms of with your dish, and we'll stop you. I guess Zeke will be ready after that.
Okay.
So,
Well, what I'm going to do, like I said before, is shrimp po' boys two ways. And I'm going to be, one preparation will be searing the shrimp, and the other preparation will be frying the shrimp. Okay. Now, when picking out shrimp, that could be difficult for a visually impaired or legally blind person. You have to take the food out of the shrimp. Okay. It's necessary. So what I usually do, I get the shrimp that are already peeled and cleaned. Okay. Of course, you still have to kind of check it to see if they have a string in there, and if it do, take it out. I would get those type of shrimp if I am making something like that's going to be with a sauce, or maybe throw them at the end of a gumbo. Okay. Now for fried shrimp, I get the easy peel, because for fried shrimp, I like to have more of a shrinking flavor when I'm preparing a po' boy. So I get the easy peel shrimp. Most of them are clean, but you have to be careful and check them to make sure they don't have a string in it. But if you are a totally blind individual and you're trying something out, I will suggest to get the already peeled and already cleaned shrimp. They sell them everywhere. Okay. And so with that being said, like I said before, one fried preparation, one seared preparation. This is probably going to take, I'm estimating 20-30 minutes. The dish that I'm making for the first time is the seared shrimp. I've had seared shrimp po' boys before that I have made, but this will be my first time using arugula and avocado and tomatoes. So that's
okay.
that.
Now, when you're picking out, when you doing shrimp po' boys, how actually, tell me how big the shrimps have to be? Because I've had po' boys where they've had mini shrimps, then I had po' boys where they have the big gigantic shrimps. What do you recommend when you're making shrimp po' boys?
Okay. I like to get the shrimp. When you go purchase shrimp, they're going to be about a pound. And there's going to be a number under that. So some shrimp are going to get, say, 16 to 20, 10 to 12. What that means, that is how many shrimp is going to make up a pound. I like to get the 16-20. It's like a medium-sized shrimp. That's just what I prefer. But if you do want a bigger shrimp, just know that the pound goes by the number, and 10 to 12, 12 to 14, those shrimp are going to be really huge. But for what I'm doing, I prefer the size I have, which is 16 to 20.
Okay.
Pound.
All right. Okay, Zeke,
I have added my colored bell peppers in the pot, which is the red, the orange, and the yellow. That's going to give it some good color. Now I'm about to add my green bell peppers and white onion in the pot. And I use a half a stick of butter, y'all. Let y'all know. Okay, now to that, I'm about to add one stalk of celery that I chopped up. I peel my green onions. I like to take my green onions and put a few in there, and I put the rest when I have it simmering down. So I'm going to stir this down and let this get softened. And I always put my garlic in there towards the end, because garlic burns, and we don't want our garlic to burn. So I'm sauteing this down. Meanwhile, while that's sauteing, let me turn my heat up a little bit. Now, while that's sauteing down, I'm going to show y'all my shrimp over here.
And how long does it take to saute?
That's going to take about a good 5 to 8 minutes so they can get softened. Now, these shrimp here, these are some big shrimp that I got from the market in Delpham, Louisiana, straight from the shrimp boat. And I peeled them, I deveined them, and I took the shells from it and made the stock. So I have my homemade shrimp stock in I have my homemade shrimp stock that I made, which Would you take the shrimp stock with vegetables and stuff like that, boil it down for about an hour, and then you strain it. And also in my shrimp and corn chowder, I have some good smoked sausages cut up in little bitty pieces, just to be an addition to the shrimp. So
okay,
let these vegetables cook down, and we'll show you the next step.
Okay, now before we move to Blowing Smoke Entertainment, you said devein. What, for the people who may not know, what does that mean?
That means that in the shrimp, when you peel them, they have a black vein that's in the middle of their back, which consists of where they boo at. They go down the tail. Now most people use a knife and they cut the shrimp down the middle of the back to devein it, but I use a fork. You can take a fork. I should have did one as an example. You can take a fork and devein your shrimp. It is very much easier, and your shrimp won't be cut all the way down to the back.
Okay. Now, Renee, from Blowing Smoke Entertainment, when you cooking your po' boys, making shrimp po' boys, do you have to also? Well, of course you have to devein them, but do you have to cut them up as well, or split them? When you put them,
I have to split them. Yeah, like I was talking about before, you have to split them and pull that vein out. But I usually get some that are already. Excuse me, guys. The pepper is getting to me. That's been quite deveined, because for me personally, it's kind of hard for me to navigate that, because I'm doing all that by touch. And I would love to know if Ezekiel doesn't mind sharing, as a totally blind person, how do you clean the poop out of the shrimp?
How do what? Say again?
As a totally blind person, how do you clean the poop out of the shrimp so people can kind of,
get an idea?
That's a hard thing to do.
Actually, like I said, I put the heads out and I shell them. And if you take like you have a fork has 4 prongs. If you take if you take the end of the prong, the fork, and go right there at the top of the shrimp, and take it and just go all the way back to his tail, it actually automatically veins the shrimp, and the black vein actually be on the fork. That's what's up. And it saves you a whole lot of time.
Do you have to also wash them after that?
Yes, you have to wash. Yeah, you have to wash. Yeah, you definitely have to wash them off of there to make sure that. Yeah, that they clean. So we do a lot of washing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you don't want to leave your. Matter of fact, let me put my shrimp in the refrigerator right now, because you don't want to leave your shrimp out. You don't want the shrimp to get too long, so you get ready to use them. You don't want the shrimp to get hot.
Okay, that's great. I'm glad you told us that, because me personally, I probably would have let them sit on the counter and whatnot. So, where we at right now, Zeak?
Oh, we still sauteing down the vegetables, and after I saute down these vegetables, I'm going to add the shrimp stock, and then to the shrimp stock, I'm going to add some half and half, which is half cream, half milk, and take that back. Yeah, all right. So after this saute down, I'm gonna add my pieces of salt. I'm gonna add my sausage in there, so the sausage can already be frying down some.
Okay. Now you said you use the shell of the shrimps. What is that for? What do you use that for?
You use that for your homemade shrimp stock. I find that the shrimp stock in the store don't have the right flavor or the authentic flavor. So here, I make my own shrimp stock, where I take the shrimp heads and the shells, and I take a garlic, onion, bell pepper, half of a lemon, and a little salt, and you put it, you cover it up with water, and you let it boil down for about 30 minutes to an hour, and then you take it off the stove, you let it cool down, and then you get a strainer. And that juice that you strain is your actual shrimp stock.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
So I make my own shrimp stock. I make my own chicken stock. And when I have crabs, I make my own crab stock. So when I'm doing a gumbo, I don't use the stock out of the store. I use the stock that I make. Give it more flavor.
Okay. All right. Well, Renee, back to you from Blowing Smoke Entertainment. Are there any special techniques or anything that you use in terms of, you making from scratch while you do your, not only just po' boys, but just cooking in general?
Yeah, I'm familiar with the shrimp stock. My mom used to do that when she made her gumbo. And I used to make my own chicken stock, but it's not something I do anymore. Of course, I like smoking meat, so brines. I love putting together brines when I do my meats. That's pretty fun.
And explain to the audience what that is.
A brine is what you use to bring moisture to a piece of meat that would normally not retain too much moisture.
Oh, wow.
Usually this is used on poultry, is used on lean cuts of pork, and it kind of absorbs the meat and plumps it up for cooking. You usually hear the word brine when people are talking about turkeys and whole chickens. And I do brine my turkey and I do brine my chickens before I smoke them.
And before I forget, y'all, she does do orders. Like if you need somebody that's you want to cook, need some food, or in terms of a dinner for the Thanksgiving, she also does that. So while you're doing that, where we at so far with your dish, Renee?
Okay, so what I'm about to do now, I actually got my pot on. I put about a couple of tablespoons of cooking oil and a couple of pats of butter in the pot to heat up. The reason why I chose those two is because I just like the flavor. The oil brings the heat and the butter brings the flavor. I seasoned my shrimp with some lemon pepper, some black pepper, and I'm about to put some Old Bay on here, okay? And Old Bay makes different types of seasoning, but this one is just a basic seasoning blend, okay? All right. My shrimp have cooled down to about room temperature, and because I want to cook these real quick and get a good sear on them, I do not want my shrimp to be rubbery. And I'm just about to throw them in the pot right now, and hopefully I get a soup.
And that's a good point, because I've tasted shrimp that are rubbery. So what prevents that? What do you do to prevent them from being rubbery again?
Not overcooking them. Shrimp only take a couple of minutes to cook. That's why people like what Mr. Ezekiel is doing. That's why his shrimp is going in last. It's going to take a couple of minutes to cook shrimp. You want your shrimp to have a firm texture, not mushy. Okay. It don't take long at all to cook a shrimp.
On an average, about how long? Like, give the people a minute, like time.
Well,
how long?
For the side shrimp I have, which is I think I said 16, 20 earlier. These medium-sized shrimp, you're talking maybe 2 minutes on each side. And I really want to get some color on this shrimp, so I got my fire at a little bit above medium high. If you do not prefer cooking your shrimp at a high temperature and that's not comfortable for you, you can turn it down to about medium high and let it just take some time, and maybe that take about 3.5, 4 minutes on each side. Now, as a visually impaired individual or a blind individual, when you are doing anything with grease and oil, it's going to be very important to listen to your food, okay? A sighted person, when searing something, all they have to do is move the meat around, because the meat has released itself from the bottom of the pan. But as a visually impaired person or blind person, you have to listen. And when that crackle gets real loud, it's time to flip the food.
Okay, great.
All right.
Great.
She's so right. I'm listening to her and listening to my food right now.
That's right.
See, okay, we learning something. Go ahead, Zeke.
Listen,
I added my garlic in there already, and now I have added my smoked sausage to my sauteed vegetables, and they sauteing down a little bit. And now I'm gonna give this about another minute or two, and I'm going to add my shrimp stock, and I'm gonna add my half and half, and we're gonna get this baby started, because we still gotta put some cream style corn in here, whole corn, cream of mushroom. So we still got a few more steps left.
Okay. On the average, that dish takes what? How long to cook?
Well, when you're doing a dish like this, I say you spend the most time prepping. I tell anybody, the cooking part is the part that don't take long, the cooking part can take no longer than 30, 45 minutes. It's just when you prepping all these vegetables by hand and you cleaning the shrimp and you're cutting the onion and stuff like that, that's your most time. So because I had majority of this prepped already, it's gonna take no more than 45 minutes, I'm thinking, to cook.
Okay.
Like I say, like Rafika say, the shrimp doesn't take long to cook. And see, with my shrimp, I don't have to season my shrimp because pretty much with this dish here, the shrimp and corn bisque, your base is your liquid. And the base will be your liquid. Now I'm still gonna season this. I still have all my seasonings there, my onion powder, garlic powder, a little cheese. I got a little mild cheddar cheese going here. So and so on the average, this takes about 45 minutes, but that's not including the prep.
Okay.
So I advise you to prep before, and it'll run smoothly.
Okay.
That's all put down.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna add the shrimp stock. So you gonna hear some going on.
That's a beautiful sound.
Here go the sound.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
You can see
And
now
your dish.
you add shrimp stock, you hear no more crackling and popping like Rafika says.
And your dish, when you cooking your po' boys on average, how long does it take? You say you prepared these before, Renee from Blowing Spoke Entertainment?
Yeah, a po' boy takes about 15 minutes. If you're doing just a classic po' boy, 12, 15 minutes. If you prep, like he says, prepping is very important. If you're gonna prep and cook at the same time, you're looking at probably 45 minutes. Shrimp doesn't take a long time to cook, and now you can get as crazy as you want with a po' boy. I'm just not getting that crazy today. Everything got about 2 toppings and that's it. But you can do what you want,
Okay.
But it don't take long.
And speaking of po' boys, is there some type of technique that you're supposed to use when you organize your shrimp? Because I've gotten po' boys where I tried to eat them and the shrimps have fallen out the bun and all this other stuff. I mean, there's a technique to fixing an actual sandwich?
Nah, some things are just messy, honey.
Okay, great.
Like a bad hamburger sometimes.
Yeah, you get a juicy burger, it's gonna drip on your face. So some stuff is messy. There ain't no technique. You just eat it and wipe your hands and face.
Okay, all right. Well, I was wondering about that. Okay, where we at right now with your? We're speaking with Ezekiel Johnson. I need y'all to go check out his YouTube channel, and also from Blowing Spoke Entertainment, my girl Renee. Check out what she does on Facebook. You see her posting a lot, and also support these Black individuals who are visually impaired. Where you at right now, Renee?
Okay, so right now what I'm doing, I got my grease heating up for the fried shrimp, and I'm about to construct my sandwich for the seared shrimp that I just did. I do have someone over here, so somebody's actually going to eat this, so that's what's up.
Okay. Now, when you say seared shrimp, what is it? Tell the people what that.
Okay, when you sear something, you're placing something in a very hot pot, and you're not scared to let it cook. And you want to create, what it does, it creates a nice color and crust on the bottom of your food. Okay, so that's what that is for. It's just a beautiful color, a beautiful crust, and it makes for you bite into it. It's like it's crispy exterior and a very tender interior. Okay. So right now I'm about to construct this sandwich. I just put check this out, guys. I bought my first jar of Duke's mayonnaise. Okay. And I am very excited about that. And I just put it on this sandwich. Okay. The bread that I'm using, very simple. Like I said, I was really tired today. The bread, I went and got the bread that's in the store, 2 for $1. I think they call them, I can't pronounce the word correctly, but it's some bread that they bake here in the stores, and you can get a 2 for $1, and I got 4 of them for $2. Okay. And right now I'm going to take this arugula, and I'm about to lay that.
And what is that?
Arugula is a green. Okay. It's supposed to be a superfood, but I don't really fall for all that. It just tastes good. All right. It's real peppery. Very peppery in flavor. I really enjoy the taste of it. And it's what I had left over for my lunch this week because I ate salads and I had a little arugula left over. So why not? Let's not waste it. Okay.
Okay.
I'm also going to put some avocado on this sandwich. Okay. That'll go on in a little bit once I get it sliced open and cut, which will be in about 5 seconds. And then I'm going to put down the seared shrimp, and that's a wrap. That sandwich is done.
Okay. And we're going to let the gentleman taste it and give us his opinion about it. And as she's doing that, preparing, where you at on your delicious corn stock?
Corn stock. You better give it a name.
Okay. What is it called? The shrimp corn?
Shrimp and corn this. Or you can say shrimp and corn powder.
Okay, shrimp and corn stock. Where we at? Where we at?
I've added my shrimp stock. And so I'm letting this come to a boil right quick. When it comes to a rolling boil, that's when I'm going to add my half and half. Because you gotta watch half and half sometimes, because it'll sit up there and it can burn real fast. And then my next step is really to add the half and half, the cream of mushroom and the cream of corn, and the corn, and let it simmer down for a little bit, and then use my choice of seasonings, which I didn't pull out onion powder, garlic powder. Slap your mama, not literally. Don't slap your mama and get punched back.
Okay.
That's seasoning, y'all. That's seasoning.
Okay.
Slap your mama and a little black pepper. So I prefer to season my stuff towards the end because cream of mushroom can be very salty. I already had seasoned my shrimp stock when I made it. You got to consider that, and also I'm going to add a cup of mild cheddar cheese to this. So when you think about all that, you pretty much don't need salt.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
How often do you make this particular dish, Zeak? Not too often, I'm quite sure.
My family loved this. My family always requested, because I made it one time. A friend of mine's mom told me her way she make it, and so I said, well, I'm gonna put another twist on it by adding the things I like in it and stuff like that. So this will be about my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, probably 10 time making this.
Okay.
But this is my first time recording it. I've never put it on film. So this is exclusive, y'all. First time on film.
That's what I'm talking about. And again, I want to thank the cameraman for filming. And we are speaking with Zeak Johnson and from Blowing Spoke Entertainment, Rafika. They're both visually impaired and they both cook. For time constraints, because what we're gonna do, we're gonna let you go ahead and season your stuff, Zeak, and everything, and get it to where it's actually cooking. And I'm gonna come back. I may have to edit or whatever, but I'm gonna call you back or whatever to see how it looks and everything and taste it.
Well, catch this little part now. I'm gonna add.
I'm not going nowhere right now. I'm cool.
Oh, okay. So my stock is boiling with the sausage and the vegetables in it. So now I'm gonna add 1 pint of half and half. So I'm adding my 1 pint of half and half. So I got that in there. And to that, I'm about to add my 1 can of cream of mushroom. Good thing I did pull out the 8-quart pot. Okay, I got the 1 can of cream of mushroom in there. And I'm about to add the 1 can of cream of corn. Put that in there. Make sure I get all my money work. Let me scrape the bottom of this can. Make sure I get my money work.
You know how we do it.
That's right.
And to that, I'm about to add the 1 can of sweet whole corn. Put that in there. All right. Got all that in there, stirred in. And now to that, I don't measure seasoning. I learned how to measure seasoning from my grandmother and mama back in the day with the palm of my hand. So I'm a palm. I'm about to say a palm reader. I'm a palm.
A fortune teller.
Go ahead, Cleo.
Okay. So I'm about to. Okay. Go ahead, Cleo. Hold me down. So I'm gonna add some black pepper. Like I said, I season the taste. So I start off with. I try to feel like that. I know that's about a teaspoon right there. I want a little more. I'm gonna do about a teaspoon and a half of black pepper in there. You can always add more or less. I'm about to add, and people don't think it's crazy. I'm smelling my seasoning. Okay, about to add me some parsley, dried parsley.
And let me interrupt you right quick. As blind people, you have to use all all your senses, because that definitely helps you cook. You know what I'm saying? Sighted people, they can use their eyes and things like that. So when you see somebody as a blind person tasting, feeling, hearing, putting their ear to the pot or whatever, hey, let them do that thing.
Correct. That's how I hear how much extract I'm pouring in a cake. Believe it or not. Okay. About to put some garlic powder in there. I like garlic powder. I'm putting 2 teaspoons of that in there. Okay. I'm about to put some onion powder. About 2 teaspoons of onion powder. Yeah. See, none of that is salty. And now I'm about to add the slap your mama. Don't slap her for real now. Just slap the can, not your real mama. Slap your mama, slap the can. Now I'm going to put about a teaspoon of that in there. Okay. So that's it. I'm about to stir this up and let it simmer down. And when this simmer down, that's when I'm going to add the shrimp. And this baby should be ready.
Okay. Now, we're going to come back to Zeak and let him, his camera person, taste it and let us know exactly. Of course, she's going to give us the thumbs up. But where you at with
I'll be in the taste test.
Yes. Okay. Right now, Anthony, I am putting my shrimp in the oil. I was going to use my deep fryer, but I didn't plug up the right extension to it, so it didn't work. So I'm over the stove with some grease. It's something you have to be very careful with, especially as a blind and visually impaired individual. The sound is very important when you're cooking fried food. Very important. I remember a lady. Her name was, I'm not going to say her name. I don't know the Facebook rules anymore, but a lady who used to do this smothered chicken for us when we was little, and she was totally blind, and she just did a really great job at that. So that's how I got to learn how to fry food, because you have to fry chicken before you smother it. And with frying the shrimp, it's not going to take long. We're talking maybe a couple of minutes on each side. Now, the reason why I'm doing it in the pan is because, again, my deep fryer didn't work properly, so I do have to flip these. But a deep fryer would be much better. And if you're doing a deep fry, 5 minutes, no longer than 7 minutes, these shrimp should be done. Again, you want them to be crispy on the outside, and you want to bite into something tender on the inside. And I want to, real quick, when I talk about the sound when you're frying food, if you're frying food, when that grease gets down to it has a lower sound. Okay.
That's true.
When you first pop the grease, when you first pop the something in hot grease, it's loud, it's crackle, it's pop. When the food is done, it's gonna have a more quieter snap and pop. Okay. And sometimes, depending on what kind of seasoning you use on your food when you're deep frying or frying, you can smell it when it's done. You can smell when it's done.
And I want to ask you a question, because I learned this in home ec, and I don't know if y'all still do this. You've gone to culinary school. Whenever you're heating up grease, they told us the best way to tell if it's ready is to take like a little dash of water and put it in the grease, and it'll make a loud noise. Does it still hold today, or y'all use a
Yes, it
different
still holds today, and I still do it. I did it before. I put the shrimp in this pot. Actually, I take my finger and I kind of run it under the water, or I have maybe a bowl on the cabinet, and I do a quick sprinkle and that stuff will pop. Especially if it pop on you, okay, it's ready.
ready.
But
Okay.
sometimes now, let's say the grease does pop on you. If it pops on you and it's like a bunch of I don't know how to say it. It feels like multiple pops. Your grease is too hot.
Too hot. Okay. And
It's
that's
too
the old
hot.
school, y'all. I mean, these days
Yeah,
they have
I use
pressure cookers and all that other stuff. We doing it the old school way. We still get a little grease marks on us. We done, putting a little water in the pan in the skillet and things like that. So yeah, go ahead, Zeke.
and I definitely use that technique because I think sighted people take, like, I'm using wooden spoon. I use wooden spoons when I'm cooking, so because they won't mess up my pot. So sighted people take the wooden spoon and put it in the hot grease, and when the back of the spoon starts fizzling with bubbles, the grease is ready. But because we can't see, we gotta use the old school method with a drop of water in the skillet.
Okay. All right.
Ready to go.
Well, if they don't know, we gotta show them. So I appreciate that. Renee from Blowing Spoke Entertainment, where you at?
I'm right here. So,
Okay.
right now I am putting my po' boy together. I already discussed the kind of bread I had. This is not your traditional French bread. Traditional po' boy is made with French bread. I'm putting some of this beef mayonnaise on both sides. This is going to be classic. Aside from using the arugula, this is just going to be lettuce, tomato, shrimp. Okay. If I have some pickles, they'll be on here, but I don't have any. So this is what we're making.
And do you toast the bread, or is it? No, do you have to toast it?
Yeah, you don't have to toast it, okay? But it'll be much better toasted. Much better.
Okay.
The toast it's just much better.
Okay. And Zeke, you're at this point, your food is simmering right now?
Oh yeah, it's simmering. I had to add just a little more. I just tasted with the spoon, so I had to add a little more salt to it. So I'm putting just a little bit of sea salt in there, and I put another little teaspoon of slap your mama, and it's good. Actually, as I'm stirring it, it's thickening now.
Okay. As you can see, Zeke loves to slap his mama. So while you're doing that, tell everybody where they can find you at on YouTube, Zeke.
You can find me on YouTube by my name, Ezekiel Johnson. Ezekiel Johnson, Johnson. And you can find me on Facebook as Ezekiel Zeak Johnson. And every video that I put on YouTube also go on Facebook. So, and usually when I put it on Facebook, I also put the YouTube link. So every video that I post on Facebook also have the link underneath of it. If you ever want to go back and refer to what I do and how I did it.
Okay. And Renee from Blowing Spoke Entertainment, while you're making your sandwich, as we say, tell everybody where they can find you at, and just briefly a little bit about your company.
Okay, you can find me on Facebook at Blowing Spoke Entertainment. I reside in Houston, Texas, and I am a person who loves to smoke meat and love to do karaoke. So I've decided to combine the two by learning how to smoke this meat and throwing some parties. Hopefully that be coming up real soon. You can find me on my Facebook by the name Rafika Guillory. That's Rafika Guillory, and kind of see what I do. I do not post a lot of videos. I try to, but I do things every now and then. And just check me out, man. Come see what I do.
Okay, and briefly tell them about what you're doing for Thanksgiving. I know it's kind of a little too late, but
okay. Well, Thanksgiving, I am doing orders for Thanksgiving. Fried turkeys, which will be done by I'm actually. That service is distributed out to a person, my auntie, who's been frying turkeys for 20 years. So we got fried turkey, smoked turkey breast, smoked pork tenderloin. My sides that I'll be offering is green beans, cabbage, mustard greens, cornbread dressing, mac and cheese, and pinto beans. All of my products that I do make on the sides does incorporate a smoked item that I prepared from the cheese down to the meat. Check me out. And I'm very excited about this journey that I'm on. And this has been a wonderful experience, Ezekiel and Anthony.
I would love to go to karaoke with you.
Let's do it, honey. Let's do it, baby.
I can sing a little bit, but I sing better when I'm tipsy.
That's all right. Tipsy is good. Tipsy is fun. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So personally, I wish I was there so that I can taste both persons' food. But yeah, I like this little rivalry thing that's going on right about now as they cook shrimp po' boys. And again, the name of your dish is shrimp corn stock.
No, shrimp and corn bisque or chop.
Okay. Where am I getting corn stock from?
Because I said shrimp stock earlier.
Okay. Well, I'll get it right one day. But as we conclude, where you at with your sandwich? Renee from
my sandwich is done. Both of my sandwiches are done. They sitting here looking absolutely sexy. And just to go backwards real quick,
ain't nothing like a sexy sandwich.
That's right. That's right.
Give you an orgasm in your mouth.
Yeah.
Hello.
That's
it's not
right.
dancing, y'all. It's called a food. It's called a food orgasm.
That's right. But everything came out great. I wanted to mention with the shrimp, the fried shrimp, I did coat them with some mustard and hot sauce, salt and pepper. Well, not salt. I didn't use salt. Mustard, hot sauce, and black pepper. And I actually used fish fry tonight. And that's how I seasoned those fried shrimp. So this is a very lazy meal, but you wouldn't be able to tell because it's so sexy.
Okay. Thanks for that sexy preparation and that sexy sandwich. And just everything is so sexy.
She bring you sexy back.
Okay. Well, this I'm gonna edit. Zeak, whenever you finish your dish, I want you to call me.
I can tell you right now what I'm doing. I just put the cheese. I just put the 1 cup of cheese in here of the mild cheddar cheese, and I just now also dump my shrimp in there. So that's it. These shrimp are to cook down in about 5 to 6 minutes, and this will be ready to eat, y'all.
Okay, but call me back. Call me back so that I can get a film of that because I'm gonna use it. And Renee, show us the sandwich one more time.
Okay, let me move the camera a little bit, and I am about to face it down. I did race a little fish fry on the cabinet, so please excuse that. So I'm hoping. Okay, here we go. What I have the camera focused on now is the sandwich with the seared shrimp and avocado and arugula and tomatoes. Okay. And here in front of that, this is bear with me. Uh-oh, I pressed something. I hope I didn't mess anything up. I just heard a beep. Okay. And here, this is the, Anthony, I can't, I'm trying.
Okay.
I'm gonna send you a picture. I can do that. But this is the fried shrimp po' boy. You can see the shrimp. Hopefully you can see the arugula and the tomatoes on the other side of that. Okay. All right.
And I want to thank everyone for subscribing to the Parker Daniel Show. Again, please share these videos. For anyone who's interested in coming on the show, please contact me. I'm on Twitter at ParkerAnthony23, and I'm also on Facebook, Anthony Parker and whatnot. And for newcomers, thanks for subscribing. And for the old heads who've been with me from day one, I definitely appreciate it. And I want to thank Blowing Spoke Entertainment and Ezekiel Johnson for providing us with their dishes. And with that being said, I'm out. All right, y'all. Call me back, Zeak.
Or do you want me to do a finale on my dish and just send it to you, the video part?
Yeah, send me the video. That's cool.
Yeah, can I do that as well?
Yeah, both of y'all do that because I definitely need those so they can see how I come out.
Yeah,
So
and make
please.
sure, yeah, edit that stuff because I want to make sure y'all don't. Yeah, that the last time I sent you the pictures, I didn't like that. So I'm
Okay.
gonna send you a video of the result.
Like 30,
Okay.
like hold on a second. Give me like just 30 seconds. That's all.